Of the African Caribbean, I'm not going to say that, African Caribbean Arena Black History Month launch. This is going to be the first launch that the African Caribbean Arena has done, and we have worked over the past year to try to present a package that's going to be full of excitement and entertainment for you. When I was thinking about this speech, I said to myself, what does Black History Month mean to me? Well, Black History Month means to me a celebration of our culture. Black History Month means to me a celebration of our lifestyle. It means a celebration of our history. To me, Black History Month is a time when we are proud of ourselves. It's a time where we as a community come together to celebrate in music, dance, song, our achievements, and to present a positive image of ourselves to the wider community. And I'd just like to thank you all for being part of that. And finally, it's a celebration, remembering the past, looking to the future, in recognition of our achievements, past and present. Thank you very much for coming. Okay, I'd just like to introduce Mr. Bob Baker, who was one of the first founders of African Caribbean and Black History Month in Luton. So just a round of applause for Bob Baker. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon. Firstly, I would like to, before I start saying a few observations and comments, I'd like people to just reflect in terms of what's happening around the world and in terms of the recent anxiety that we're in civilization. When we talk about Black history, we're talking about celebrating our history and how we sort of interlink with other civilization. And there's a lot of things, I don't want to lecture or talk or preach to anybody on Black history because I feel like there's people more specialised in that than me. But what I'd like to say really about, I'd like people to acknowledge really about that we don't just exist in our own. We're a part of a wider thing. We've made numerous contributions over the centuries, over the years in terms of civilization. And to say that over the last 400 years, where we're coming from, I think we've got a lot to be proud about. In terms of Luton, I mean, 1994 was the first time we had an initiative to do something positive in terms of like, get Black history on the agenda. And there was a few people, like-minded people, who met up, we had discussions, we had exhibition, we had performance, and I'm very, very happy to look around and see that there are some people in the audience At Burnley, for example, he was a part of it. At the same time, acknowledge Patrick was a part of it. And Mr. Kitson, there's numerous people that's made contribution. It's about respecting, those efforts, those contributions, and actually sort of celebrate in terms of how we move forward. I must say, really, I'm quite impressed. We're actually in the university, and this is like the 21st century, and basically, we should be everywhere because we've been there before. So the fact that we're actually sort of there, I think that shows how much improvement we've made over time in terms of moving on. I know sometimes we want a lot of things, but it always falls down to a few people's willing to say, yeah, I'll give time, and take the effort and do something positive, because things just happen. Moving on, and my final bit really, firstly, I'd like to say basically really that there's a lot of people who at the same time are living, but we see that we're just sort of just living on their own. We're not a part of anything, community or things like that. I think Black history brings people together, a shared experience. And myself, reflecting on my sort of upbringing in terms of back home, where if you was in the community, you did something wrong or whatever, there's always somebody who put you out and guide you. Sadly, in this society, it's not there so much. So we need to make an extra effort to reach out to other people. And unless we define, what is it, our values and what we are, it's very difficult to have somebody else to define that for us. And I'm very happy that Black history has taken a particular stance or a line where they're actually sort of working with the establishment in terms of funding to put on their event. It's not about the establishment doing it for me. That can't happen. They can actually sort of give us the support, but we've got to determine, because at the end of the day, really there's a story that's not being told, but we want to tell and express it. And I hope it doesn't sound political, because it's not about political, it's about actually sort of right across in terms of technology, science, arts and performance, and serious debating discussion as well as the institutional nature of the society. I don't want to say too much other than to say the people that's put this together this year, in terms of Rose, Anna, and I know Patrick and other people that have been involved, I think they should be given a big round of applause. And lastly, I was talking to a person like Hertfordshire who was telling me that there's some places that got big budgets in terms of Black history. Black history is being recognised all over the country. Right? So we do need more funding so that we can actually sort of do things bigger and better. Because it's not fair really for these few individuals around the community to be burning out themselves really not knowing that they're going to get funding and that little bit. But finally, once and for all really I'd like to thank people that will take the effort to come out on this Sunday to actually sort of find out what's happening in the community, because there's so much negativity and this is about being positive. So may continue at the same time may support the program, and that's all that I want to say for now. Thanks again.
Thank you very much, Bob. I think an important point that we have to remember is that we mustn't forget the people who actually started off in the first place. We mustn't forget the people who have made the struggle in the first place so that we were able to continue upon and build upon the work that they have done. So thank you very much to Bob and all the other founding fathers of this movement in Luton. Okay, now our next speaker is the Chief Executive of Luton Borough Council, Dara Singh. Dara, can you come up and say a few words? Thank you.
Good evening. Before you start enjoying the entertainment from the many events over the course of this month and indeed this evening, I'm afraid you have to suffer me saying a few words, so I hope you will bear with me. Can I say, first of all, I'm delighted to be asked to make a contribution at the beginning and the launch of Black History Month here in Luton. I would like to share Bob's remarks and the thanks that you've already shown to the organisers of this month's events. I understand that over the last 7 years that the Black History Month event has been running here in Luton. The programme that's on offer over the next month is the most varied and the most packed in terms of number of performances and sessions. So I do hope you'll be able to participate, and that many other people in Luton will as well. I was quite taken by. Thank you. I was quite taken by. It's the best response I've had. I was quite taken by Bob's remarks and Hannah's as well about the need for the opportunity for reflection. And actually, talking to colleagues and preparing for this evening's session, it was a good opportunity for me to think back about my parents and about how they arrived and their experience in this country. And it also underlines, I think, the depth and breadth there is to Black history and the contribution that's been made to society in this country and elsewhere. When you think back about the Empire Windrush and as that docked in London in June 1948, it began a period of black people's mass migration to Britain. Yet this was the first time that substantial numbers of black people were settled in Britain. You'll probably be aware, some of you, of the debate that some researchers are putting forward, or the opinion that some researchers have put forward, that they believe that the people of African descent built the ancient monument Stonehenge. They argue that mainstream historians have missed this and other aspects of black history, and not enough credence and indeed emphasis has been given to these contributions. Such claims have sparked off quite a lot of heated debate, as you can imagine, and in particular this debate has been, I suppose, more emphasised, underlined in the public domain much more in the United States, particularly as there is a specific discipline in terms of research and study in that country. Black History Month began in America in 1976 and actually started in this country in 1987. The month began through the leadership of one individual, and I hope I do pronounce his name properly here, so forgive me if I don't, Akiaba Adesebo, who worked for the Greater London Council, and drawing on the experience and his knowledge of what was happening in the United States of America, he actually felt it was important to commence celebrations and events which encourage thinking around the positive contribution that we all make to society in this country, but also to promote positive images, to provide a period of reflection, and to actually encourage particularly young people to make connections with their history. So in 1986 and 97, with the backing of many other people, he organised two events that set the trend for Britain's month. Serious debates about the African contribution to civilization took place with leading US historians and international musicians such as Hugh Masekela and Abdul Ibrahim, and they demonstrated, with many others, the significant input, the black input into global music at that stage. The events were made cross-cultural by also holding Asian and Irish performances, which were a great success, I understand, and attracted admiration from around the country. The year 1987 is also important because it marked 150 years of the end of slavery. It saw the race unit move from the Great London Council to the London Strategic Policy Unit, and that's important because, as you know, the Great London Council was abolished at that stage. But prior to that, a number of councillors and supporters of Black history and of the events of Black History Month ensured that there was support from London local authorities to ensure that the event continued and didn't actually fall to one side. As has been mentioned already, I think, 2001 is Luton's 7th consecutive year of Black History Month and the season of events. And I suppose other people could testify better than I that the events and performances you've got on today actually started off in a very modest way back in 1987 with a display at Luton Central Library. But over the years, the event has grown. It's involved many different groups of people in the town who've worked together to ensure that there's an appetising and enticing programme of events. In 1998, the African Caribbean Arena, the organisation that's actually put together the events over the coming month, was formed to help develop and progress the event. I'd like to pay tribute again to the African Caribbean Arena. They have, since February this year, actually been an independent organisation, have applied for grants and have been supported, for example, by the Awards for All scheme and also by Voluntary Action Luton. and congratulations on all that hard work. And Black History Month, we've also tried to expand it as well, so that this year particularly, we want to ensure there's strong support from the local council, Luton Borough Council, and also from specific individuals and departments, particularly the library service and the arts unit. There's also been a closer collaboration, as I understand it, with, in terms of partnership working with schools and also with other community organisations. So from that you'll gather, and finally, that Black History Month in Luton has grown steadily. It's now established itself as a key cultural event in the region and in the annual calendar of events in Luton. And I believe that the month is of itself something that Luton can and should be extremely proud of. Thank you very much.
I think it's important that we should work with mainstream organisations to promote our culture and our history in the schools, raise awareness in health organisations, in housing, in every field where services are provided for the African Caribbean community. So it's not just promoting Black History Month amongst mainstream organisations in October, it's promoting Black history, culture and lifestyle within all the organisations all the year round. And I just want to thank Dancy for taking the time out to be with us. Our next performance is going to be by a young man. I'm older than him, so I call him a young man. And his name is Adisa. I've known him for many years. And he used to, well, when I used to go out raving, he used to be on the mic with Sovereign Roadshow, my sister Brenda. And he used to do quite well then. But now he's actually a performing artist in terms of delivering poetry. And I just want to welcome him, and I just want us to give him a great big round of applause just to welcome Adisa. Thank you very much for coming. Thank you.
To confuse you. I'm just going to put my work down, don't worry. I'll just talk amongst yourselves. Yes, it's a joy, an honour to be back in Luton. For those who don't know, I'm a Lutonian, but I was born in London, in a place called Poplar in East London. And from the age of 1, I moved to Luton. I was very adventurous. I moved to Luton at the age of 1, and set up home with my family, put my mother and father down, and my brothers. So I lived in Luton most of my life, and about 10 years ago I moved to London and continued there. I now live in a place called Barking, which we won't go into now, it's a really stupid story. And it's an honour to be here to share some of my poetry with you. My life is mainly spent in schools, running around performing poetry and running poetry workshops. And today, yes, it's a blessing to be here. I want to thank the organisation for bringing me down, and let me just share some words. Okay, first and foremost, I believe that every celebration, what must you do? You can speak at this point. When I ask you a question, you can speak. It's very important we get that understanding. Yeah? It's a two-way street. You must acknowledge it. And how can we acknowledge celebration? As a community, how can we do that? Now we're talking. Participation. One way an audience can participate is to. You could talk, but that's boring. I don't want that. So you could shout, and then you could add some melody, and you could sing. Now you're talking my language. So we're going to break off. We're going to start off my performance with a song which you're going to actually help me sing. It's really straightforward. I spend most of my life in schools. It's a song I sing to the children to get the children relaxed and get you relaxed. Now imagine you're back in school now. Just take yourself back. It's very simple. The song's called Rivers, Trees and Just Like the Sun. And in the song I try to compare our journey as African people coming across the waters to the Caribbean, to the Americas and to Europe. And it's about travel, about journey that goes on. It's very simple. So what we're going to do, from over here to here, this section here, you're going to be saying rivers, one word, rivers. From here to here, you're going to say trees. And the rest of you wonderful people are going to say just like the sun. Very easy. I'll demonstrate. Now relax now, and then we'll do it together. This is the demonstration. We're just a come, we're just a come, we're like the river, trees, we're just like the sun. You're going to go river, trees, just like the sun. You're going to go sun. Beautiful, good. Don't let me down now. We're small in number, but our spirit is strong. Here we go. We're just a come, yes, we're just a come, we're like the yes. No, that's not a river. See how the voice changed now. inside you. Now last go from the top to the drop. 1, 2, 3, we just succumb. Yes, we just succumb like the river, trees, we just like the sun. What's that cheek? They have the audacity to laugh at my rivers, and this is what they give me. Alright, I'm going right through now, I'm going right through. We just succumb, yes, we just succumb like the river, trees, we just like the sun. We just succumb, yes, we just succumb like the river, trees, we just like the sun. Each and every morning the sunrise at dawn, and each and every day another baby is. Look at the sea, how it keeps on turning. Just like the sea, you've got to keep on learning. Step by step, the tree of life you should be climbing. Let your light shine bright, never let it go dim. Oh, the river is deep, don't be afraid to. Come on, people. We're just succumb, we just succumb like the river, trees, we're just like the sun. Out of many rivers comes the ocean. Out of many people comes one nation. It takes many branches just to make one tree. It takes a mother, a father to raise a family. Both need foundation and roots, that's the key. Without roots, you'll be swept away by the sea. We're just succumb, we just succumb like the river, trees, we're just like the sun. Unstoppable, incredible, we're still moving on. Against all odds, maybe 1 billion to 1. Driven by the energy we get from the sun. From the tree of life, we took the wood to make a fire. It's a simple rhyme. Again. Driven by the energy we get from the sun, from the tree of life, we took the wood to make a drum. Now winter turns to summer, and seconds turn to hours. Now you can't force the bud to turn into a and if the water don't run, then it must turn. We just succumb, yes, we just succumb like the river, trees, we're just like the sun. As the sun rises, the sun must fall. But this is a message to. Notice how the tree stands proud and tall. Try to know yourself before your back's against the wall. As the sea goes out, the sea must come in. Against the currents of nature, never you swim. We've come a long way, but the road is still long. As we rise to the challenge, we will all sing this song. We just succumb, yes, we just succumb, we're like the river, trees, we're just like the sun, we're like the river, trees, we're just like the sun, we're like the river, trees, we're all like the sun. Thank you very much, thank you. My pieces, and I hope you have a good time. Now, at any celebration that we've sung, we've got a celebration going on. As black people, what must we have at a celebration? Food. Food! No, it's a serious business to discuss politics and issues of today, and then says food! My heart goes out to you, I totally agree. And later on, we're going to have some food outside. This poem is about food I love to eat as a person from an African Caribbean experience, and it's about a carnival where only food can go. So try to picture your mind this, and it's called chickpea pie. What am I saying? Same to you. Chickpea pie. In the food bacchanal, food just a jam to the steel pan. No humans in sight, strictly vegetables deep on the street tonight. I see rice that jump high, somersaulted in the wind. Kidney peas too fat to jump, her bellies is a drop on the floor. Chickpeas swimming in the ocean of curry, planting a sunbathed skin turned black in the sun. Green banana making eyes a cha-cha. He said tonight I must get that one. Aubergine and wine she wears, putting a smile on dashing and yam face. Two bad boys who never skin teeth, but when they see aubergine and ball, what a girl looks sweet. Spinach on cousin callaloo, I try to tease black eyed peas. Spinach for her eyelashes, black eyed peas, but they start to swell. Callaloo go piece a kiss, I think I'm in love, peas start to yell. Okra, I chat to big belly breadfruit about the good old years that passed them by. Breadfruit from charcoal belly and lift him into the sky. Okra skin is no longer furry, her insides are scaly and dry. What has become of our youth? How fast life has passed us by. Observing the others next to them, aubergine planting and yam, tears swell up in them eye. But tonight, after the carnival, they will all surely die. But tomorrow, Mama will cook them in her chickpea pie. Thank you. More serious now, I think when it comes to history, obviously what we get a lot of history from is reading books, I guess, you know, and also orally passing information on from generation to generation. This poem is about my love of words and the power of spoken word, or just written word, just words. Quite straightforward. If you feel at any point to join in, you may. No, don't worry, okay. Words, it's called words. Words are food that cannot be eaten but still they feed my mind. What are the words of wisdom? Be surprised at what you'll find. Words together make a sentence makes a paragraph. Some words make it angry, some words make it laugh. Words are used to hypnotize, but some folks in a trance. Words entwine rhythm and music and make you want to Words exchanged between two people that misunderstood can make them fight. Words is like a key in a lock and expose you to the light. Words speak of different cultures, their success and their plight. Words can be really inspiring, like when Bob Marley took the mic, he said, get up stand up for you. Right. Some people say, I want to be rich without money, life's a bore. But let me say, the more you know of life, the more you feel secure. Words can help you understand the future and what's gone on before. See the book as a stairway leading you to a door. And once inside, don't stop searching till you find the core. And if you get lost, I'll find your message washed up on the shore. Inside of you is a story, just waiting to take flight. What I'm really trying to say, every one of us can write. Write of wars, of hatred, of peace that's yet to come. Write of people understanding the tongue must replace the gun. Write of nature, to which we all belong. Right for living for today, for tomorrow, I could be gone. But if I leave my words in a book, my legacy could carry on. And maybe my words will inspire the next generation to learn from me and go deeper and then beyond. So, get a pen, some paper, sit right down, make a start. No need to worry about the format, just as long as it comes from the heart. Thank you very much. Late last year, something happened in our community in a place called Peckham that blew me away. I couldn't believe that something like this could happen, and I wrote this poem. It's called Just In. 3 months in no man's land. Barbed wire words cloud his sky. They denied him 3 times, only the creator heard his cry. Placing a crown of mockery like a halo above this Nigerian prince's head. Drunken hyenas gather, watching his city crumble, licking his tears as he bled. Just wait till tomorrow, just pet in the mind, just fight back, just trust in the Lord, the answer he will find. Just 10 seconds for Peckham's shooting star to fall from grace into cold concrete. They severed the artery of our future, now flowers clothe the silent streets. Just 10 years old, just 10 steps from home, a boy called Damiola Taylor sleeps. Questions? No, I'm joking. Okay, next piece. It's about the reasons why I write, you know, because I'm going to school with children. Why do you write poetry? It's a crazy thing to do, very embarrassing, feeling like I'm expressing your emotions like that, but this is why I write. It's called My Instrument, My Pen. It's about my pen. My instrument, my pen, a steel quill tied to a hunter's spear. Black blood squirts through bamboo veins, leaving tattoos on the papyrus of your soul. My instrument, my pen, ebony drumsticks beating Afrobeat blues of redemption song on racism's taut goatskin head. My instrument, my pen, scribing my art laws, but they ain't new, they surfaced before, like African Moors guided by Yemanja arriving on European shores. My instrument, my pen, daubing murals of inspiration of red, black and green landscapes, refocusing your image of a nation, shattering window panes of mental procrastination. My instrument, my pen, engraving future footprints on our children's beach, dousing flames of fear, ignorance and deceit, dunking metaphors of love into plain paper baskets like wings were attached to my feet. My instrument, my pen, wrapping griot tales round full moon fires, rekindling the ancestors, unifying our voices in celebration choirs. Thank you very much. When I moved to Luton, I brought my mum and dad with me. My mother came from Montserrat, so I had to pay for her tickets to come over, so she came over. And, God, you don't believe me. And so I was a very rich baby, you know. Richard Branson learned a lot from me. So I paid my mum to come over as a 1-year-old. Anyway, my mother came from Montserrat in the Caribbean, and as you all know, Caribbean experience, and also African experience, we learn a lot through proverbs, and I was taught a lot of proverbs as a child growing up. This poem is just full of the proverbs she told me. Let's try and see how good you are at proverbs. Let's have a go. Try this one. If you play with Poppy one day, darkly come out. You know what I mean? No? So if you know, just raise your hands. I know what I mean. Just shout it out to you. You can't, you're not allowed, you're my brother. But, alright, try another one, try another one. When turkey foot broke, it keep company with fowl. I'll phrase it another way. When turkey foot broke, it keeps company with fowl. No? No? Okay, I explain. When the turkey's legs are okay, it walks around strictly with other turkeys like, yeah, I'm a turkey man, we're cool, turkey crew man, turkey crew. But when the turkey's in trouble, when it's got a bad leg, when you and I are in trouble, it is so funny how we can become friendly and start loving up the little fowl who before wasn't good enough or bad enough to be your friend. So it's like when turkey foot broke, it keep coming with, anyway, here's the point. Mama always told me, son, while this duty to head held high, you have no limitations. If you want to, you can fly. Success does not come to those who sit down and wait. If you don't knock, no one will open the gates. And my mum used to always tell me, Put God first in everything you do. Believe in yourself and your dreams must come true. Some will try to hold you down. Never regret your skin is brown. And my mum used to tell me, the road of life is rough and oh so long. When you fall down, pick yourself up and just carry on. Respect your parents and your elders such your days may be long. And when you have children of your own, sing to them this song. And my mum used to tell me, if you play with puppy one day, dog lick your mouth. No matter how hard the problem, son, you can work it out. And my mum used to tell me, put a little by for a rainy day. Remember my son, what you sow shall be your pay. It's a time to work and a time to play. Bend the tree while it's young, so when it's older, it won't go astray. And mama, that means licks by the way. Okay. And mama used to tell me, you never miss the water till the well run dry. And just because it's a man, it does not mean you cannot cry. In the classroom of life, do not be afraid to ask the question, why? There's no such thing as failure, as long as you make up your mind to try. And mama used to tell me, at picnic, without heat to their mother, would have to drink lime pepper juice and salt. You will not be judged by your words, but by the content of your heart. Thank you very much. Okay, my brother, well, both my brothers are keeping camera, and this is the key because he's always saying to me, yeah, bust something new, give me some new material or whatever, and this is for you. It's not new, but it's anyway. No, it's about black men, you see, genuine, how we kind of flex with each other on the street. And my brothers are black men, aren't they? Yeah, so there you go. So it's for you, brothers. Yeah, it's cool. We are spirit molded in black clay. The creator exhaled as the wind blew on the very first day. We are libation descending like manna from the sky, quenching the souls of the multitude while the ignorant continue to die. We, the red iron of Shango, Atlantic baptism, now we are cold, like metal, improvising like jazz in this new place we call home. We are the brick, used and refused, but still the cornerstone. We are Malcolm X. We are also Detroit Red, battling at the crossroad, ego versus spirit. One must surrender, one must be fed. We are magic, defying laws of gravity, logic cannot comprehend. We are Shaka, warrior, battling with evil to the very end. We, the avenging sons of Garvey, like all set searching to make our cipher complete. We are Imhotep, Robeson, multifaceted, nothing is out of our reach. We grasp the baton of leadership like Christie, overtaking the wind as we run, breaking all texts of oppression as we cross the line of the millennium. We, the choir of resistance, our vibrations resonate on the streets, above the stench and the chaos. Time stands still for a moment when two black fists meet. We walk the same road, not always seeing eye to eye. We row the same boat to keep afloat. We harmonize on the same note. We, the human World Wide Web, sending telepathic emails just with the nod of our head, downloading information from a simple scene, you get me, dread. We are kin, welded by ancestry beneath the hue of our skin, like the moon, a reflection of the sun, a codependent existence, a delusion of many, when really we're one, we're one, we're one, we're one. Thank you. I love poetry. I be the sun who rises and penetrates your earth. You be the fertile soul that nourishes until springtime when you give birth. You're the ducting oil in the lamp, but I am the drunkard wick. You are the hands of time of perpetual motion, and I am the gearing mechanism to make you tick. I be the silver bullet inside your barrel. You squeeze the trigger for my gun. I be the tall, dark sugar cane, but you are the grinder that yields the rum. I be the patchwork quilt keeping your heart warm. I am the thread inside your needle, use me to repair when it's torn. I am the black in your berry. You be the passion in my fruit. I be the yeast in your flour, and you are a sprinkle of thyme in my Saturday soup. I be the X and Y axis, etching my soul on your graph. You be that drifting piece of wood in the ocean of my mind that I use as a raft. I be the pulsating hypnotic rhythm. But you're the toffee-flavored Moorish blues. I be the turntable needle spinning at 33 RPMs, riding in the valley of your grooves. You are original like a snowflake. You're different every time you fall. I be the whisper of the fire. Can't you hear me call? I be the 60 minutes in your hour. You are the 7 sunsets of my week. I be the 359 degrees when you are the one to make our orbit complete. I be the melatonin secretion in the depths of your sleep. You are the serotonin feeding my third eye as the sun reaches its peak. I am the alpha, the beginning, and you are omega, the end. All of this and more is possible because you are my friend. Thank you very much.
For that exciting, explosive performance. I will give it all the lessons. Okay, at the same time that I was listening to Elisa in a few parties, I had a crush on somebody that I used to see on television. And sometimes when I used to go out, he used to be out performing. And that is Victor Romero Evans. Can everybody put their hands together?
Good afternoon, everyone. Oh, good evening. Good evening. I beg your pardon. I'm sorry I'm late. There was a on the M1. I've been asked to come here to do a reading, and as I'm an actor, I'm very honored, in fact, to be here today. I'd like to thank the organizers for asking me to read. I had to think, what am I going to read? What am I going to read? Since I love reading so much, and in order to act, you have to read. You go to auditions, you have to read for your part, and so on, to try and get the part. So I found a piece by Marcus Garvey in The Message to the People. I don't know if any of you are familiar with Marcus Garvey and this book, but I shall read you a piece from it. Lesson 1. Intelligence, education, universal knowledge, and how to get it. You must never stop learning. The world's greatest men and women were people who educated themselves outside of the university with all the knowledge that the university gives. And you have the opportunity of doing the same thing the university student does. Read and study. One must never stop reading. Read everything that you can read that is of standard knowledge. Don't waste time reading trashy literature. This is to say, don't pay any attention to the 10-cent novels or 50 pence in English. Wild West stories and cheap sentimental books. But where there is a good plot and a good story in the form of a novel, read it. It is necessary to read it for the purpose of getting information on human nature. The idea is that personal experience is not enough for a human to get all the useful knowledge of life, because the individual life